you wanna be somebody, even if you gotta leave somebody. Yes, I'm hurt, yes, I'm dead. Most things I don't wanna say. I won't be around while you change.
Hey you guys, welcome back to Taylor XO, or welcome to Taylor XO if you are a new subscriber. So y'all, let's get into this video. So as you guys know, MEDUSSA had dropped her videos last night and this morning, basically explaining the situation, and posted her receipts between him and her and the text messages of how it all went down when he originally first went to meet her, or first went to get Paris after 8 years of not seeing this little girl. And honestly, you know, I know a lot of people have their thoughts on this. A lot of people think, you know, there's some people who think that Chris should be allowed to be in Paris's life. And then there's people like me who think, you know, if he was gone for 8 years prior to her originally going to see him for the first time, I really don't think that, you know, parents should be allowed to be in and out of their child's life. Just because they are a parent and they, you know, took part in making this child, I just don't think that you should be allowed to be in and out, especially for how little this little girl is. And I know MEDUSSA, you know, in her head, she's thinking, I want her to have her father. You know, I want her to have some type of other family besides me. But sometimes it is in the best interest to just exit a parent out that is not willing to be consistent and always show up when they are supposed to show up. Because sometimes it just does more damage to a child than actually allowing them to see them and try to force a parent to be a part of the child's life. Now, a lot of people were saying that Jazzy is the one who started this all. She is the one who started saying that MEDUSSA had to reach out to Chris because Chris has attempted many a times and he has not been able to get a hold of her. And I will say that I do believe that that is a lie. You know, with social media, how it is today, and the court systems, if you are truly a parent that is going through a situation to where one parent is holding the child, you know, you do have rights, especially if you did sign a birth certificate. And from what MEDUSSA said, we do know that Chris was present at the birth of Paris. So, you know, he does have some rights, especially if he were to go to court. But he has not made any attempt to go to court in I think Paris is 10 or 11 years old. So he has had plenty of time to become part of this girl's life. They both live in Texas. That's another thing. Like, I really don't understand how this man is not a part of this little girl's life. And he lives in Texas. And not only does he live in Texas, but he takes part in his twins boy's life. So I don't understand. And even if he's not, you know, taking them to the mall every day and buying them stuff, he does still spend time with them and includes them in birthdays for, you know, Legends, like Legends' birthday. The twins were there. So I'm just not understanding how, you know, you just have no consideration or no thought to include, you know, your daughter into things also with your now new child and your twins. I just don't understand. You know, the little girl is old enough to get on YouTube and be able to see her father playing daddy to other kids, and she's probably thinking like, you know, well, how can he play daddy to them but he can't, you know, be a father to me? So let's get into this clip of MEDUSSA yesterday where she posted this video explaining the situation. I didn't I didn't include too much of it, but if you guys do want to check that out, you guys can. But let's get into this clip and then we will talk about it.
First of all, I don't have Big Slime's number. I don't have the donor's number. I don't have neither phone number. And when and where did you give me these numbers? Because I don't recall. You said that he was contacting me on Facebook. No, I have proof of that as well, that did not happen. I got 2 Facebooks and I searched both of them, went to him, found him, clicked on his thing. We weren't friends. Then hit message and it should show any previous messages he sent me trying to get in contact with his daughter. And you see nothing. Surprise. There's nothing there. You had said something about you've never disrespected me, but I'm pretty sure there's a HEB video or something of you calling me out my name. I'm pretty sure one of these followers can find it and show you exactly where you were a little disrespectful to me. But hey, you tell one lie, there's definitely gonna be more to come. Yeah, my brain is everywhere. It's just so much, like, I want to just start everywhere and say everything, and I gotta have some type of organization to this, otherwise it's just gonna sound like a big ass hot ass mess, and that's not what I'm trying to do. You did have a lot to say, and about me. I'm pretty sure in the video before that video, you were saying, like, you're not gonna entertain BS. Like, you weren't gonna speak on me no more. And then you go live the next day and speak like 2 hours on just me and my daughter and the relationship we may or may not have with the father, and how to get a hold of somebody and not get a hold of somebody, and somebody's blocked and somebody's not blocked, and somebody's hitting up my mom and my mom's stalling and all this and that. Bro, I have screenshots from my mother of those Facebook messages. I have screenshots of his messages. I have screenshots of messages between me and somebody else. That explains exactly the type of person he is and has been for many, many years. Okay, this behavior is nothing new from him. The lying from him is nothing new. Like, shit, he lied, she lied, they both lied. They're just liars together, okay? Because it's just ridiculous. Then you say something about that you lied, that we never spoke in person, but we spoke over the phone, that he let you talk to me, or he let me talk to you, or however you worded it. But that's another freaking lie. I don't know if I could cuss on here. But that's another lie, because never even spoke to you on the phone. And like I said, you said something about me trying to talk to you when we did the meetup. You were in the car. No, nobody was trying to talk to you. I wasn't. Would you want me to walk over to the car and open up the door and be like, hey, hi, what's your name? Who are you? No. Okay, I just was trying to look through the window like, oh, does she see me? Hey, nice, acknowledgement, not a conversation. Okay, still didn't know who you were. Could have been the cousin. Shit, I don't know. He didn't or introduce us or do none of that. So
So that was the clip of her, getting into the whole situation. And honestly, you would think for especially Jazzy, we know that Medussa did spill a little bit of tea, not all the tea, but a little bit of tea where she spoke on that she did find something on this tablet that made her separate from him. And if I was Jazzy, I would quit running my mouth, sis. I would stop including yourself in things that you have nothing to do with. That is not your child. You did not help create Paris. So, mind your business. Worry about your 5 kids that clearly you definitely need to be focusing on. And, leave that up to Chris to worry about. He's a grown man, and if he wants to see his daughter, he will go see his daughter. There's no reason why you should be trying to hit Medussa up and beef back and forth and try to say that, she needs to reach out and, including yourself in a situation that you have nothing to do with. Especially when you have another baby daddy of your own that you have to handle. And yet again, you do have 5 kids, that you solely provide for and care for. So, why this girl keeps including herself into situations with this man, like trying to get him to get in contact with his family and try to get him to get in contact with his daughter. That should not be stuff that you have to do for him. Like I said, he's a grown man. And, if he wants to go reach out and get Paris and, if Medussa wants to allow or whatever, if she only allows him to pick or them to meet at a place and him see her, that's their business. I just don't think that you should be included in any of that. And especially, like I said, when you have 5 kids on your hands, sis, that should be enough to worry about in itself, let alone another man, a relationship, or his kids, or, I really think that this girl tries to deflect off of her situations going on. she spoke on how Paris was on TikTok in short shorts and belly shirts. And we have heard from not only Chrissy, but I don't know if Philip or his family addressed it, but we have heard that Kaylin was caught with inappropriate pictures in her phone also. And Kaylin is now only, 10 or 11? So at what age was Kaylin, getting caught with nasty pictures in her phone? Sis, worry about your child being on her phone all the time and possibly talking to grown men. You don't know who she's talking to because you don't check the phone. Why are you concerned with another woman's child and what she is doing with her child? That should be none of your business, especially when you have 5 kids of your own that need a lot of help and a lot of attention and need you to be there, 100%. So I honestly think that she will push Medusa to spill the tea on what was on that tablet. And like another reactor was saying, I think it was the Erics, I truly think that Jazzy herself wants to know what was on that tablet. I think, she wants to find out some more things on Chris for herself, just because we know this man is very secretive about what goes on with him and his family and his friends and his life in general. I honestly think that Jazzy doesn't know any more than we probably know about Chris. I honestly think that they don't speak on anything that goes on that went or anything that went on before her or currently, or I just don't think that she knows anything about this man. So, maybe that is the true reason why she's trying to press this Medusa situation. And sis, you do know that if you press the situation enough and Medusa does put Chris on child support, sis, you will be paying that child support, because we know that Chris doesn't work and he's not willing to pay child support, because if he was, he'd have been doing it, because he's known that he has not been taking care of this girl financially, in any type way since this girl was basically born. I mean, he just had her. Medusa moved and that was it. He didn't have any more contact with her. He went on about his life, and then he ended up having Legends. So, I really don't understand what the beef is between him and Medusa. And honestly, I think that it's just something that he keeps going so he doesn't have anything to do, or he doesn't have to do anything with Paris. And it's really sad and unfortunate, but this is typical of deadbeats, bums who don't want to provide, who aren't willing to provide, and they basically just leave the mothers to figure it out. And for Jazzy to be speaking on Medusa like her child won't end up fatherless too is just very strange to me. Like, sis, he left 2 women with 3 kids behind. Do you honestly think that this man is going to magically just be there forever for your child and not be a deadbeat? I mean, he already is a deadbeat. He doesn't provide anything for Legend. He doesn't take him anywhere. We don't see him changing diapers or giving him, feeding him food. And, he may do it off camera, but I do think that if he did do it enough, that Jazzy would film it. But, it just is very strange to me how she is pushing this beef with Medusa. And honestly, it's typical of mothers, especially, when they're currently with the father at the time. A lot of the times these girls enable this bum behavior from men, especially these bums who just, are not financially willing or able to take care of these kids. And I think she thinks over there that she's winning because Chris is over there and, he's still in the home with her child that they have together. And her and Medusa didn't last. So, or Chris and Medusa didn't last. So, she thinks she has one up now on Medusa, but she will be sadly mistaken. She will be in for a rude awakening when the same thing happens to her and he leaves her with, no father for her child and no financial support, not like he does now. So comment down below what you think about Medusa coming out with these receipts on Chris and this whole, child support thing and, just this whole entire thing. Now, it was also, I did see the post on Medusa's Instagram where she did now apply for child support for Paris. So who knows if that is going to, take into effect, or she will file through. But I'm sure she will post and let people know, or, tell people if she did or did not end up putting him on child support. But comment down below what you guys think about this whole Medusa and Jazzy thing. Do you think that it will end up super messy, or do you think that, after this, they'll just say the words and Medusa will put them on child support and then they'll just go from there? Comment down below what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for another one.
Tell me what you see in me.
be.